Well, I got a busy signal at the court reporters. I'm going to try them again.
You are now on YouTube Live.
Excuse me?
You're now live streaming.
All right. Well, I still get a busy signal. I sent them an email as well. We'll have to just wait a few minutes to get a court reporter here. So just ask everyone to be patient, please. Oh, that's kind of odd because I did send them a reminder this morning. It went out to them as well as everyone else. And so I don't know what's going on.
Krista, if we don't happen to be able to get a court reporter, can YouTube list be recorded on YouTube, so it could be recorded at a later date?
Yeah, I would just stop the recording and we'd probably save this one on YouTube so it's a record of it. And then I believe you'd have to ask Bob about later date and everything.
Well, the court reporter would have to record it at some point. Bob, you're muted.
Thank you. Yeah, the office is closed. I sent the email. I think from what I heard of the discussion that because we are recording this, we will have a transcript of the. Hang on one second. It says she's not getting in. Let me just. Krista, can you send NW's? Let me just see.
Yep, I know it. The court reporter's email one.
Yeah, can you send her the link again?
Yes, I will.
Thank you.
Always interesting.
Planning and zoning this, Bob. Yes. Krista?
Yes.
She's at home. Can you send it? Can you send the link to J as in Jack, T
Why
as in,
don't you, hey, Bob, can you
Yes?
send that, can you just type it in the chat? So we're not giving it out over.
oh, yeah, thank you. I forget that this is going out to the whole world. So, okay, Krista, did you get it?
I got it. I will send it out right now.
Krista, did it come through? Did you hear? Okay.
They're joining right now.
Okay, we got her.
Well, I see you're in there now. Okay, great. Thank you.
Okay, Bob, are we ready?
All right. Can anyone hear me? I can't hear anyone on here.
Can you hear me?
Can someone speak to see if I can hear?
I can hear you.
I can hear you, Bob.
No, my audio is out. All right, hang on a second. Let me just reconnect everything. All right, can you hear me?
I
Yes.
think we're,
But
I think we're
can't
ready to
hear
go,
you
aren't we?
folks. What is going on here? Hello?
We can hear you, Bob.
Hi,
No, I
Bob.
can't hear you, Mark. Man,
Hi, Bob.
What is going on?
Hi, Bob.
You can't hear us.
I got it. They sent the wrong link, so I'm on that one. Okay, thanks. Okay.
I'm going to just leave the meeting and restart everything. So someone say something just in case it's working now. Mark? Can you hear
Something.
me?
Are you
All right,
there?
I don't
I'm
hear
there,
anything.
here.
All right, hang on a second.
Bob.
He's here, but his mind is gone.
I apologize on my end. I was sent a Google meeting link, not Zoom.
Yeah, there's a Google meeting link on the email, and then if you scroll down further, it goes down to the Zoom
There.
meeting.
All right. I did hear you, Mark. Are you still speaking?
Yep, I'm here. Are you ready
All
to
right. All right. Hey. All right. Is it time to go home now?
go? Yeah, we're done.
Hold on.
All right, Candy, we'll take care of you. I promise. All right, let me get to my stuff. And then I think, Mr. Chair, if you want to go ahead and call the meeting to order while I get myself organized.
Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll call the Board of Adjustment hearing on to order. And let's see, call of roll. Mark Dietz, present. Jill, do you want to go next?
Present.
Tim Lenow, present.
Crystal Halverson, present.
Barbara Lyon, present.
Okay, that's the board.
And Patrick
Um,
McCoy said that he will not make it tonight, so.
Okay. The minutes, everybody have a chance to look at them? I see there was the February 15th and the March 15th.
One
minutes.
was in there. All you need is the milestone minutes. You approved the other ones last time, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
And before you get to the approval of the minutes, if you could make a motion, we have a correction maybe for that. I don't know if we need to correct them now or after the motion is made.
I think, is there, I guess I read through it. I didn't see, what correction needs to be made, Bob.
Well, Candy Anderson from Miles, she contacted me after I'd published those minutes and found that there was a correction that needed to be had, and it deals with the hours of operation, and also that they want the minutes to reflect that there's the existing permit and the new permit are maintained separately as separate permits. And so I've had discussions with Ms. Anderson this morning, and I told her what I would do is I would introduce this and then just let her speak to the correction. And then I do have some excerpts from the transcripts if the board needs some refreshers. So with that, I'll turn it over to Ms. Anderson.
Thank you, Bob. Good evening, everybody. I'll try to make it short since I took so much of your time last month. I found just a couple of items that I would like to request be corrected on the minutes based on our public hearing last month. The first one I'll go through is proposed condition number 4, showing crushing operations being limited to Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. What actually transpired at the meeting, and I did get the transcripts from Bob, so I was able to confirm that for sure, is that the hours of 9 to 4 were for blasting, but our crushing hours would be consistent with our hours of operation, which are 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday through Friday, and 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. on Saturday. And that is also defined in the ordinance that crushing is part of mining in that definition. So I wanted to request that change if the board would do that.
Was there anything else on there then? Was that all you wanted to correct on those minutes?
That was the first one. There was another correction, excuse me, in the legal description where the parcels are listed. We have an existing quarry that consists of 2 parcels, and then we asked for an expansion area. And I asked for them in the application to be separate, and we had a lot of discussion about that at the meeting. And I would like to request that the existing parcels and the expansion area parcels are separate in the minutes.
Okay, is that what you're talking about, permits? You have a permit for the existing and you have another permit for the expansion?
Correct. Yep.
Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
Okay, is that the only corrections that you thought should be made to the minutes?
Yes. I found all the other minutes to be right in line with our proposal and what the transcripts read.
Okay, is there a motion? Can somebody make a motion with the corrections to the minutes, or do you have questions, Tim?
No, I'll make a motion to accept the minutes from the previous meeting with the updated corrections at this time.
Is there a second?
A second.
Second by Jill. Noreen? All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, the motion carries. The minutes are approved, Bob, as corrected. Bob, you're muted, I think. I'm not sure. You were talking, but I didn't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah.
I keep leaning against my headphones and it keeps turning it off. And so I'm going to have to just connect it to me or something. And I feel like I need my name stapled to my chest here. All right. I'm trying to be responsible here. I'll hang on to it. All right. So that was the minutes, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Okay, and you said that we have no public comment?
Not for
Not for this
this one. No.
Okay. You want to read the publication,
All right.
verify the publication of the hearing and notice?
Yes, I'm going to share my screen. So if you don't mind, Mr. Chair, I would go through the publication and then through my staff report and share my screen. And then I will stop sharing and turn it back over to the board. Is that okay?
Yep, go ahead.
All right. I have too many things open here. That's not it. All right, so sorry.
You got the agenda up.
Yeah, that's not it. I just had it open here. All right, hang on a second. Can you see that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Success. This doesn't seem like this is going well tonight. All right. In accordance with provisions of section 19.84 Wisconsin statutes, public notice is hereby giving to all residents in the town of Lucas and the town of Stanton that the Dunn County Board of Adjustment will hold a public hearing on April 19, 2021 at 5:30 p.m. The meeting will be held by teleconference. The applicant, Milestone Materials, 768 US Highway 8, Amory, Wisconsin, 54001, has made 2 special exception permit requests to install and operate a temporary hot mix asphalt plant, temporary plant. The first application is for lands known as the Downing Quarry in the town of Stanton. The temporary plant will provide hot mix asphalt for the Wisconsin Department of Transportation State Highway 170 project between Glenwood City and County Truck D east of Wheeler. The project is estimated to begin operations in May and will be operational through November, weather dependent, on lands described as the southwest quarter of the southwest quarter with parcel ID number 170-362-291-406-330-0001, all in section 6, township 29 north, range 14 west, town of Stanton, Dunn County, Wisconsin. The second application is for lands known as the Hughes Quarry in the town of Lucas. The temporary plant will provide hot mix asphalt for the Wisconsin Department of Transportation's State Highway 29 project between Van Buren Road to the intersection of State Highway 128 and 640th Avenue. The project is estimated to begin operations in May and will be operational through November, weather dependent, on lands described as the northwest quarter of the southwest quarter, parcel number 170-1422-8141-532-00001, all in section 15, township 28 north, range 14 west, town of Lucas, Dunn County, Wisconsin. And that did come out in the papers on March 31st and April 7th, and so that is the notice. And with no further objections, I would go into the staff report.
Yeah, continue, Bob.
Can you see? Is my staff report up on the screen?
No, it's not. I got the agenda and the
All right, hang on a second.
can you scroll it down, or I don't know how you got it in your.
Oh, I got it. I got to stop share and I have to share again differently here. So,
As you're looking at the analysis.
okay, can you see that now?
I got the same thing up.
I got a staff report.
Oh, keep going. Keep going down. Background. There you
So
go.
this- Okay,
Yep.
so this is the staff report for the town of Stanton for the milestones permit to operate a temporary asphalt mix known as the Downing Quarry. Staff analysis are bold and underlined, and all of this was sent to you, so hopefully you've seen all this before. How the proposal is consistent with the county's comprehensive land use plan. The proposed temporary plant will not change the current land use of the existing quarry. Construction aggregate non-metallic mining. As such, it is consistent with the county comprehensive land use plan. When the second one is not applicable because it's not in farmland preservation. How the proposal is in conformance with the county's zoning ordinance and applicable standards. Temporary plants serving public transportation projects are allowed in GA with a special exception permit. So the ordinance specifically talks about this as needing a special exception permit. The county's shoreline ordinance is not applicable. It's in conformance with our sanitation ordinance. There's not really anything there except that we know that they will be providing sanitary facilities will be brought in to be used by employees and customers. It's not in the floodplain, so that's an NA. How it's the conformance with requirements of outside agencies and the product from the proposal is required to meet quality assurance standards of the Wisconsin DOT. Temporary plant must maintain air quality permits from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. The temporary plant must maintain and follow its stormwater pollution prevention plan and spill control and countermeasures plan from the Department of Transportation for an on-site above-ground fuel storage tank. Before moving the temporary plant on site, the applicant will notify local fire departments, Dunn County Emergency Management, and the state emergency management. The measures which have been will be taken to ensure that the proposal would not be injurious to the use and enjoyment of property owners and adjacent owners. The temporary plant follows environmental and safety requirements from DNR, OSHA, and the EPA, and the temporary plant's air quality emissions has been tested and approved for use by the DNR. Measures which have been will be taken to provide adequate utilities, stormwater control, drainage, and other necessary utilities to serve the proposal. The applicant indicated that the extension of utilities for the temporary operations will not be required. The applicant will follow the existing stormwater permit and a stormwater pollution prevention plan. All stormwater remains on site. The measures which will be taken to provide sanitation, domestic water, stormwater control, drainage, and other necessary facilities. We talked about this already. The portable sanitary facilities will be brought in for use by employees and customers. That will be done by a licensed portable sanitation facility company. The other stuff does not apply. The measures which have been taken to provide off-street parking to serve the proposal. Off-street parking is not necessary and all loading and unloading of equipment will be conducted on site. Measures which have been taken to provide access to roads and access to serve the proposal. Access to the site is, and I don't think that's right, County Trunk W. I think it's a town road in this case. Is that correct, Candy? This one is W?
This is
Okay.
Candy Anderson. Yes, County Trunk Highway W.
Okay,
in
I thought
St. Clair County.
all right. And so emergency services are provided by the E911 system and they will access this site through the main entrance. I did have contact with the Dunn County Highway Department and they did not have any issues with access onto County Road W. The measures which have been or will be taken to minimize or eliminate traffic, congestion, traffic hazards, and other traffic-related issues. The applicant will utilize existing access points, will operate on the approved schedule, and the temporary plant will be removed from the site when the Wisconsin DOT project is complete. The measures which have been or will be taken to prevent control of offensive odors, fumes, dust, noise, or vibration so that none will constitute a nuisance to adjacent and other property owners in the immediate vicinity. Noise will be controlled through existing topography, vegetative screening, setbacks. And I don't know, maybe the applicant can talk about this in terms of noise, what the just how noisy the plant itself is. The operations will not create vibrations or odors, and the equipment is equipped with a baghouse to control emissions. The measures which have been or taken to prevent controlled lighting and other lights so that none will constitute a nuisance to adjacent or other property owners in the immediate vicinity. They're not proposing any lighted signs or permanent lighting in the event that lighting becomes necessary. If they have to go after hours, portable lights with shields directing light down will be brought on site and will be powered by portable generators. The measures which have been will be taken to prevent controlled erosion. This is an existing site where an existing stormwater and erosion control permit is already in place. The applicant will be required to continue following that plan. The days of operation will be conducted during existing hours, 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday, with maintenance and equipment on an as-needed basis. Other information deemed necessary, none. Concerns, considerations. This is a temporary use as required for a WSDOT project, and the operations will be conducted during existing hours of operations. Staff has no concerns. Special note, we did receive, this is in accordance with zoning ordinance, the BOA cannot render a special exception decision unless the opinion or recommendation of the town is received sooner than 60 days from when the county received a complete application. The milestone application was deemed substantially clean on February 24, which places the 60-day benchmark at April 26. I did get correspondence from the town. The applicant has been before the town, and the town has no objections to the request. In review of the applicant's submittal package, Dunn County Comprehensive Zoning Ordinance, town opinion, and the county's comprehensive land use plan, staff recommends the Board of Adjustment approve the request and considering attaching the following conditions, such as consider a condition where the applicant shall acquire, maintain all required permits from outside agencies such as WDR, WSDOT, etc. So those are the only things that in looking at it that staff had a question or concerns about with the application. With that, Mr. Chair, I will turn it back over to the board. The applicant and some of her associates are here. You may want to swear them in so that they can address the board. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen right now. If I need to share again, just let me know and I'll bring something up on the screen.
Okay, Candy, are you going to be the primary speaker?
Yes,
Okay, do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you. I also brought with me Steve Doherty tonight. He is our Monarch Co-Division Manager, that he can answer any questions regarding the project if you happen to have any. I also brought Kent Olsvig with me tonight. He is our quarry manager at the Downing Quarry, and Brent Schultz, our Co-Division Manager for Monarch Paving. So this is, Bob gave a very thorough staff report. I don't have a whole lot to add other than this is for the State Highway 170 project. We're proposing to put the plan at the Downing Quarry due to the Downing Quarry's close location to Highway 170 right there in Downing. The project is proposed to go from Glenwood City at Highway 128 all the way east of Wheeler to County Road D. So it's a rather lengthy project. And I believe parts of the project have already started, but the paving would likely start in May or June sometime. When I made this request, I asked for the permit to cover the entire 2021 season. And while we aren't going to sit at the quarry for that entire season, my reasoning behind it is because of basically weather and holdups on that project or another project. Our plants are portable, so they go from project to project. So right now we're hoping we start paving in June, but if something were to happen and our plant can't get there till August, well, then we might be paving from August to November. But generally it's going to be about an 8 to 10 week project. Our proposed hours of operation are 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Friday. Monday through Saturday would be our proposed hours. And Bob had mentioned noise, how we control our noise. Our asphalt plants are relatively quiet operations. Generally, the farther you get away from the plant, the softer it is. This plant will sit in the Downing quarry, so we will have the quarry walls to help shield the noise. Asphalt plants have all the functioning mufflers. They're generally a pretty quiet operation in comparison to other quarry-related operations. And having hours of operation, we're not proposing any night work with this project, so we won't be running the plant during the night hours.
Mhm.
Mr.
Does
Chair,
any-
if I could.
Oh, go ahead.
Candy, you might want to maybe just explain just in brief terms, just, you know, the process of asphalt, you know, and making that, and just so we understand, you know, what goes on during business hours.
I will give it my best. Steve Doherty, I may have to ask you to fill me in case I get some of the process wrong. But we use asphalt mix. We also use sand and we use limestone to make the hot mix asphalt. And I really think I have to ask Steve because I don't want to mess up my explanation. I can tell you about rocks, but not hot.
Steve, I need to swear you in before you can speak. Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth? So help you God?
I do.
Go ahead.
All right, so Candy, yes, you know, hot mix asphalt's a combination of the asphalt, recycled material that would be taken off the project, sand, limestone rock. Mix it all together and you warm it to 280 to 300 degrees and you know, haul it to the road for placement. So it's a combination of different aggregates to the sizing that is required per the specifications of the contract on what the DOT wants, what certain type of oil or AC that goes into the mix. So does that answer your question?
This is Bob Colson, and just some house cleaning issues. When you are sworn in, Steve, you may have to give your address for the record, but also for anyone that speaks, just for the reporter, just please state your name before you begin speaking, so we can keep things square. So this is Bob Colson. So Steve, do I understand then that the process it's all just loading? There is no crushing of what goes on. The materials are already ready to go. You just mix them and add them. Is that correct?
Yeah, I mean, correct. The material's already been crushed or will be crushed prior to mixing them within the different bins at the asphalt plant. You know, in this case, the millings are going to come off the road. So when they mill the road, that material is already sized to for the most part, to what we need it sized at. We may haul in some materials that are sized differently when we need them, depending on the mix type or the specific, you know, layer that we're paving. So yes.
Thank you. And could you please state your name and address for the record, please?
Yeah, my name is Steve Doherty. My address is 717 Short Street in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, 54701.
Thank you.
Steve, how much of the recycled blacktop do you use?
Depending on the mix type, 15 to 30%. And that's dictated by mix designs that are approved by the DOT. So sometimes downwards of 10%. But in this case, it'll probably be anywhere from 10 to 20%, 25 max.
Does any other board have any other questions for Steve or go ahead, Tim?
Steve, I got a question. You said that you put on different layers. Is the recycled product on the base layer or on the top layer?
It's on both layers.
On both layers, okay.
Yep, the percentage changes based on the sizing of the aggregate that is required within the layer. And that changes even depending upon, portions of the job. Some areas have different thicknesses and so forth, so.
Okay. And then I have a question for Candy regarding the hours of operation. 9 o'clock seems a little late. Is there some reason that are you going to be stockpiling a product at that particular time, or are you going to be hauling out of the plant at 9 o'clock at night?
Very good question, Tim. Typically, we would be paving between 7 and probably 7. We ask for 9 because we have to have time to get back and we have to have time to shut the plant down. It usually will take time to shut the plant down. It also will take time to start the plant up in the morning. So actual paving time would probably be ended by 7 or 8. It's that wind down time that we need that extra hour for. This is not a night paving project. So our trucks would be off the road at least by dark, if not sooner.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other questions? If there's no other questions, I think we can move ahead. Is there a motion to approve the conditional use permit? Or a special exception, sorry. Special exception permit. I don't know, Bob would like to have us include in that motion
It's okay, Frankie. Hey, Frankie.
some of the conditions, basically that we have all the required permits in place, that it would be a condition on our approval, which I think is pretty standard. Is there a motion to approve the special exception permit?
So moved.
Barbara Lyons approved. Barbara Lyons made a motion, and I missed, was it Crystal or was it Jill? Who seconded it?
I'll second it.
Okay, Jill Marine seconded the motion. Is there any other discussion? If there's no other
No.
discussion, we will vote. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Any opposed? The motion carries. The special exception permit for the Downing Quarry is approved. Okay, Bob, then we will move to the next item on the agenda, which would be for the Hughes Quarry. Can't hear you, Bob.
That's because I didn't unmute myself. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. I would like to read 2 comments, Mr. Chair, if we would, before we get into the hearing, and then I go into my staff report.
Do you want them? Yeah, okay. These will be public comment.
Yeah, and I can share my screen if you want to read them, and then I can read them from the screen if you like.
Yeah, whatever you prefer.
Is this on the screen? Can you folks see this?
Yes.
Okay.
Public comments, it says.
Yep, I just put it on
Okay.
some letterhead. It came via email, but I just pasted it onto here just so we'd have a record of it. So it starts out, hi, I have some questions, comments I'd like to have addressed about the special exception permit request to install and operate a temporary hot mix asphalt plant. This is for the second application for lands known as the Hughes Quarry in the town of Lucas. I am an adjacent owner. So bullet point number 1, how much hot mix is expected to be produced at the location and approximately how many truckloads does this equal? What will be the hours of operation? Operating during the overnight hours is especially intrusive with machinery, noise, truck braking, and accelerating in front of my house. What measures will be taken to control extra noise, dust, debris, and odor from the hot mix plant? Last year, 2020, a concrete plant was operated and there was excessive dust produced that coated my home. I want to know the measures that will be taken to make sure that there's not going to be any similar issues with the hot mix plant. This is a township road that is often used by pedestrians, bicycles, as an ATV route. With the extra truck traffic, will there be any extra safety measures in place to keep the users safe? This road is narrow and doesn't have paved shoulders. When two trucks meet going opposite directions at the same time, they drive on the shoulders to pass each other, and this does not allow room for other users. This can be especially unsafe on curves and hills of this road. When work is complete with the hot mix plant, will 640th Avenue from Hughes Quarry to County Road Q be repaired, replaced after the extra use? If so, when will this be completed by? The road is currently in poor condition from excessive heavy truck traffic from the quarry and will most certainly get worse. This is very obvious to see by driving east on 640th Avenue past the Hughes Quarry. The road condition improves greatly because the truck traffic does not travel to the east. Please consider these points when making the decision known to grant or deny the application for the temporary hot mix plant for lands known as the Hughes Quarry in the town of Lucas. Should there already be existing documentation to answer my questions, please let me know where I can reference it, as I'm new to the hearing process. If you have questions, I can be reached by email or at phone. And I'm not going to give that out over there, but this is Cynthia May, E1791 640th Avenue, Knapp, Wisconsin. And so I will stop sharing this one, and then I will bring the second one up. All right, is that on everyone's screen?
Yes.
Okay. This is dated April 19th, 2021, and it's addressed to the Board of Adjustment, Dunn County Environmental Services Department, 3001 US Highway 12 East, Suite 240, Menominee, Wisconsin. So that's actually the address of my office.
Yeah, the date is wrong on that. May 19th, it should be April.
This is what I came with.
Yep, I know.
Okay. This is regarding Milestone Materials Special Exception Permit to expand the existing non-metallic Hughes Quarry. Dear members of the Board of Adjustment, we apologize for the last minute submittal of this letter. We were not sent a notice and only just found out about this meeting this weekend through our neighbor. As local residents who live on 640th Avenue in the town of Lucas, we would like to express our concerns surrounding any expansion of the Hughes Quarry, including the proposed temporary asphalt plant. We have not complained all these years, but our frustrations reached a new level last summer, and we feel the need to voice our concerns over the never-ending negative impact on the neighborhood. We feel we need to speak up for the entire neighborhood. We've lived in our home since 2005, and in the past 5 to 6 years, the dump trucks and other heavy equipment traffic down 640th Avenue have reached an all-time high that has become disruptive, destructive, and dangerous for the neighborhood. The increased production at Milestone Materials has continued without consideration of property owners on 640th Avenue. The gravel pit used to close its gates by 6 p.m. and in the past few years, the trucks are hauling 24/7 for the entire construction season. This is no exaggeration. Last year, we counted no less than 30 trucks passing by in a 15-minute period. Imagine the amount of heavy truck traffic in a 10-hour day at this rate. The number of trucks may slow in the overnight hours, but they are regular throughout the night shift hours nonetheless. This continues all day, every day from spring through November. It is now only mid-April and the trucks are already steadily hauling when we get up at 5 a.m. These trucks travel about 60 miles down our township road, making it dangerous for walking, exercising, as many of us do, at any time of the day. It has become so dangerous in the past couple of years that very seldom does anyone dare to walk this road. Pulling out of our driveways can also be challenging because of their speed. Last summer, one dump truck actually lost control when he hit the soft shoulder of the road along our property, hit our driveway embankment, overcorrected, veered left across the road, and buried his front end into the ditch on the opposite side of the road. I was told it took 2 tow trucks to pull him out. I had to receive this information from a township employee when he stopped to take pictures of the damage. The pictures don't give the justice or how dangerous this could have been for both truck driver and anyone else traveling down the road. Neither the driver hauling company or gravel pit bothered to contact us to discuss the accident or to offer to repair our property. Chad Knops, Lucas Township Public Works, smoothed out the edge of our driveway, but no other repairs have been made. If the dangerous conditions due to the high levels of truck traffic aren't enough, add the dirt, noise, and total destruction of the road itself. The road is impossible to travel without hitting huge potholes that are poorly patched only a few times each summer, which causes damage to passenger vehicles, suspension, and alignments. The strips of pavement laid down along the edges of each lane only cause water to drain to the center of the road, contributing to the deterioration. Potholes were filled 2 weeks ago and the patches are already coming out or sinking. The road is not designed or built to withstand the abuse of heavy truck traffic that we've experienced in the past years. What is Milestone Materials willing to do to fix the road? My understanding from the township is that Milestone Materials is responsible for maintaining the road, which in our opinion has not been done. The road should be reconstructed to heavy equipment design standards to sustain the heavy traffic loads at Milestone Materials' expense. A resolution should be reached before they are allowed to expand their operations permit. I've attached pictures of the road conditions as well as pictures of where the dump truck lost control and damaged private property last year. We would appreciate your consideration of the neighborhood impact when considering approval of the special exception permit for the Hughes Quarry in the town of Lucas. And this is regards Kevin Bream and Cindy Schultz, E1590 640th Avenue, Knapp, Wisconsin. And I will just scroll through the photographs that were on there. They don't give any reference as to where these are. And at first it was hard. This is looking down at the pavement, and I'm guessing it's showing the alligatoring and the cracking of the blacktop. And this is a side road. This is the actual road. This must be a driveway coming up to the road. And if you need me to stop, just let me know and I can scroll back. This is just looking down the road, looked like over the hood of the car. And again, another picture a little bit further down, the same vantage point. And here's a couple of potholes and some alligatoring of the road. And a similar picture. And here's a picture with a pothole. And a similar picture. Looks like there's been some patching done in a couple of spots. And then again, looking over the hood or out the front of the vehicle they're traveling in. Same vantage point. Some more road. And again, looking down the road over the hood of the vehicle. And I'm guessing this may be where the truck went off the road. I don't know for sure. Another road picture. Some more road pictures.
It looks like a driveway there. coming off.
Here?
Yeah, coming
Yeah,
off.
yeah, I'm not exact. Yeah, it looks like there may be a flare in it right here, so I'm not sure. They didn't give any reference as to where these pictures were, so I can
Okay.
only show them to you. So that is the second comment, and I will stop sharing, and I will go to the staff report, and then I will turn it over to the committee, and we'll go from there. So this is the staff report for Milestones Material, Town of Lucas. And the background is Milestone submitted its application for a special exception permit to set up and operate a temporary hot mix.
Bob, you need to share your screen.
Okay. Oh, man. Let's see. I will, as soon as I get used to this, then we'll be meeting face to face again. So I apologize. All right. So Milestone Material submitted its application for a special exception permit to set up and operate a temporary hot mix plant, at the existing quarry known as Hughes Quarry. The temporary plant will be used primarily for WISTOP project number 7630-00-72 on US.
I'm here to look at the table.
On US 72 from Van Buren Road to the intersection of US 128 and 640th Avenue. While it is in operation on site, the temporary plant could also serve other units of government and local citizens. The analysis is fairly similar to the one prior. For expediency, I think I will not read the question, but I will just read staff's comments if that's okay with the board.
Yeah, I think go ahead. It'll save
Okay.
some time.
So on the first bullet point, the proposed temporary plant will not change the current land use of the existing quarry because it's already a construction aggregate, non-metallic mining. As such, it is consistent with the county's land use plan. The second one regarding farmland preservation is not applicable. The next bullet point, how it's in conformance with our zoning ordinance, temporary plants serving public transportation projects are allowed in GA, which is general ag, with a special exception permit. There is no shoreland, so that ordinance does not apply. Regarding sanitation, the only thing is sanitary facilities will be brought to the site for use by employees and customers by a licensed portable sanitation facility company. There is no floodplain, so that's an NA. And with regard to other outside agencies, the product from this proposal is required to meet quality assurance standards of the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. The temporary plant must maintain air quality permits from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation. The temporary plant must maintain and follow its stormwater pollution prevention plan and spill control and countermeasure plans from the Wisconsin Department of Transportation for on-site above ground fuel storage tank. Before moving the temporary plant on site, the applicant will notify local fire departments, the Dunn County Emergency Management, and State Emergency Management. So this is what they're doing for the neighbors, those not injurious to their property. The temporary plant follows environmental and safety requirements from DNR, OSHA, and the EPA, and the temporary plant's air quality emissions has been tested and approved for use by the DNR. The measures which this is dealing with stormwater and drainage. The applicant indicated that the extension utilities for temporary operations will not be required. So there's no new utilities coming to the site. They do have a stormwater permit, pollution control prevention plan, and they will continue to maintain that plan. This is domestic water, stormwater control, serving the facilities. We talked about this as the only one that really applies is sanitation, and those facilities will be brought in on a temporary basis by a licensed sanitary facility company. Off-street parking is not an issue. Loading and unloading equipment is not conducted at this site. All such activities will be conducted at the Hughes Quarry. Access to this site is via 640th Avenue, which is a town road, and we saw in the public comments at least some photographs of 640th. Emergency services are provided by the 911 system, and those services will access the site through the main entrance. This is dealing with minimizing traffic. The applicant will utilize existing access points, will operate on the approved schedule, and the temporary plant will be removed from the site when Wistock project is completed. It's dealing with odors, noise, fumes, and dust. And given the comment, I would ask that maybe the board would ask the applicant about noise and dust specific to this project. Noise will be controlled through existing topography and vegetative screening. The operations will not cause vibrations or odors, and the equipment is equipped with a baghouse to control emissions. Again, the operation, the paving is going to be in the daytime, and so they're not going to be working at night, and so no lights are proposed. But in the event that lights are needed, they will be portable lights with shield directing light downward. And they will be generated, or they will be provided power through a portable generator. Erosion, this is an existing site with an existing stormwater and erosion control plan that's already in place, and the applicant will be expected to maintain and follow that plan. And the hours of operation at this are Monday, existing hours Monday through Saturday, 5:30 to 9 p.m. And this is the staff didn't really find any concerns. We did with regard to the town. I did receive today from the town that the applicant was before the town of Lucas. We have minutes from the town that says that the town has no objections, or that they basically are in support of the project. And then again, as with the last application, we just recommend that you consider just at least reading into the record that they shall acquire and maintain all required permits from outside agencies such as WDNR and WSDOT. And so with that, Mr. Chair, I will stop sharing. If I do have, let's see, I didn't show this to the group last time, but I do have a small site plan that you can see where this site is, and I might ask that here's 640th and here's the proposed site, and I don't know if coming out if they go north or if they go this direction, but I could leave that on site for a little bit if you like, Mr. Chair, as you swear in the applicant, if you need to see the site. Otherwise, I can take this down.
I think leave it up just for the time being.
Okay.
And then we'll proceed. Candy, I assume you're the spokesman,
Yes.
so I'll have to swear you in again. I don't know. Do I need to do that, Bob? I probably do.
Yes, you do. This is a second. Yes, this is a second hearing, so everyone has to be sworn in again.
Do you solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. I'm
Okay,
Candy Anderson.
better state your address this time.
Candy Anderson, 768 US Highway 8, Amory, Wisconsin, 54001.
Okay, thank you. Go ahead then.
Thank you. First of all, just a quick correction on the staff report. This temporary asphalt plant would actually be servicing Wisconsin DOT project on Highway 29. The project would start in downtown Spring Valley at Van Buren Road, and it would go to Highway 128. So that is one project that the plant would service. The other project that the plant will be servicing is we have recently signed a amended agreement with the town of Lucas regarding our responsibility for road repairs and rebuilding of 640th Avenue. So that project is also going to take place during the 3 to 4 weeks that this plant would be here. This project is a little shorter than the other one that we propose over in Downing. It's a shorter job. The plant would sit at the site for about 3 to 4 weeks. And again, just like the the Downing quarry, I did ask for the entire season only to cover ourselves with scheduling. Right now, this plant is proposed to start right after Memorial Day. But again, if something were to happen where we could get the plant sooner, or something were to happen and the plant got held up somewhere else, or we had weather, we would want to be able to have that flexibility. But again, this is a shorter term project, about 3 to 4 weeks. And so once the project is done, tear the plant down and move on to the next project. Again, the hours that we would propose, 5:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Saturday. There are no 24-hour operations or nighttime operations proposed with this special exception permit. There was a lot of nighttime work on I-94 the past few years. This is not even close to that kind of a caliber project. I do want to let everyone know that I was able to reach out to Christina May before the meeting. I did get her comment early enough where I could contact her and talk to her about a lot of her concerns. And she was glad to hear that this is a 3 to 4 week project and that it's not going to be a nighttime project. I did also communicate to her that 640th will be rebuilt as part of the plant sitting here at this project. When we were at the town board last week, we did sign a new agreement that we will build the road. We will guarantee the road for 10 years. And we will be solely responsible for any damage to the road as a result of our truck traffic. So that will also be taken care of. With regards to concerns about the road, the width of the road is something that we cannot change. We looked into it. The existing width is really what it's going to stay at. And as far as the speed of the trucks, that's something that I would have to think about how to work with that. But not saying that we can't try to communicate to the trucks that they need to go a reasonable speed out there, as any member of the traveling public would on a town road. Dust issues, we have bags in our asphalt plant. They're called bag houses, and they're full of bags that catch the dust from our asphalt plant operations. So we're required to have those per our DNR permits. We are also required by the DNR to use dust control with our operations. So we have water trucks out on site. We're able to control the dust a lot easier than other portable road paving operations, and maybe a lot easier than what had been done in the past. So those are all conditions that are part of our existing air permits. So we're able to address that. Noise, again, this will not be a 24-hour operation, and our asphalt plants are a lot quieter than a lot of other road paving. For example, concrete plants, our asphalt plants are a lot quieter of an operation.
I would assume, Candy, that when you're mixing concrete, you have more dust.
Yes, that was a two-year project out there for the interstate. This isn't anywhere close to the caliber of what that was.
Yeah. I was curious how many miles on 640th Avenue do you travel?
Let me tell you, I think I have it. If I remember right, it was like 1.56 miles, 1.7 miles, something
Okay.
along that line. I thought I had it here, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I was going to comment on the public comment about the road. That's really in the town's jurisdiction. The town is, and it sounds like they've addressed that. So because that's entirely in the town's jurisdiction to maintain their roads and to require contractors of any sort to have an agreement or to maintain the road. So
We originally signed an agreement in 1992. We updated that at their April 13th meeting. So we'll have, before we pull the plant out, the road will have been rebuilt.
Yep. Okay. Well, I guess we'll open it up for questions. Does the board have any questions for Candy on this project? Go ahead, Tim.
Yeah, and Candy, I have a question. Will you be traveling east on 640th at all? Or is everything going to be north and west?
This is Candy. Everything will go north and west. We will not be traveling east on 640th.
Okay, all right.
Barb, did you have a question? Oh,
Yeah, Barbara Lyon. Candy, do you know what the posted speed limit is on 640th? And are those trucks exceeding it?
I cannot, like many town roads, I don't believe 640th has a speed limit. That doesn't give anybody the right to go at excessively fast speeds, but I know in our township, many of our town roads, speed limits aren't even posted on them.
I believe if they aren't posted that they're 55 and unless it's posted.
Okay.
well, the state mile per hour is 55 unless it's posted differently.
Right.
Any other questions?
This is Crystal Halverson. Candy, one of the comments mentioned how the traffic is already going this year already. Can you just give me an idea of what base kind of traffic is coming in and out now, and then how much this would add?
Thank you, Crystal. This is Candy Anderson. Yes, there is currently truck traffic at the Hughes Quarry. Those are our limestone construction aggregate operations going on. So those are just our general sales for the year, our ag lime sales for the year. And I do have Kenton Olsvig with me. He's our quarry manager. So in case I leave something out, Kenton, or misspeak on any of this, please step in and let me know. As far as how much additional traffic this will cause, for about 3 to 4 weeks, it will cause an increase in the traffic. There will be trucks having to haul in the recycled materials that we'll have to put in the mix. There will be the trucks hauling the asphalt that would be leaving. The exact number of trucks over a 3 to 4 week period. 3 weeks is 12 days. It could be, and this is me guessing, but for the total of mix, you would probably have 40 extra trucks a day. I have Brent Schultz here too from Monarch Paving, if that sounds reasonable to you, Brent. I'm not very good at adding in my head.
And that's 40 trucks potentially, in addition to what is your current baseline for that for the aggregate that's happening now?
I'm going to ask Kent Olsvig to answer about our current baseline.
Kent, I gotta swear you in if you're gonna speak, so do solemnly swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Go ahead.
Right now, Kenton
Please state your
Olsvig,
name and address, Mr. Olsvig.
Kenton Olsvig, 717 Short Street, Eau Claire, 54701. Right now, there's approximately anywhere between 20 to 50 trucks a day hauling. The sales picked up recently because road bans just came off. So a lot of our sales right now is ag line for the farmers trying to get out in the field. So a lot of them were waiting for the road bans to come off before they can start hauling.
Do you have one of the questions that was in the public comment was how many tons? Usually if you bid a project, it's how many, sometimes you bid them on tons, how many tons you're gonna use in a road. Do you have any, just for general information, how many tons you're gonna use?
Yes, Mark, this is Candy Anderson. That project is going to be, this is an estimate, but we're figuring about a 20,000 ton project. So it's a smaller project. And that does not include the tons that we'll use for 640th. That number I don't have.
Yeah, and the 20,000 tons, a truck generally hauls what, 20 ton or 25, 20?
I think
15, somewhere around 20
22.
ton,
Yeah,
22 ton, yeah.
yeah,
So they can figure out what that would be.
yeah. It is
When you're
important.
paving, that road's gonna be busy, just the way it's gonna be.
Yes, the road is gonna be busy. We have guaranteed it again for 10 years, and we are hoping that with the Gates Quarry, that that will take some of the pressure off of the use at Hughes. So that would, over time be able to decrease. It won't happen right away because kind of as we talked about last month, it takes time to get the quarry opened and established, but we're hoping ultimately we can reduce some of that activity at Hughes.
Anybody have any other questions?
No.
If there's no more questions, is there a motion then to approve the special exception permit for the Hughes Quarry?
I so move.
Jill, you make a motion to approve the special exception permit for the Hughes Quarry with the condition that they get all the required permits.
That is correct.
Is there a second?
I'll second Tim
I'll
Lino.
second, Crystal.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed? Anyone opposed? The motion carries. So I think, Bob, we've went through the hearing, and do you have any announcements for us? I guess everybody else could probably take off if they want to, but
Yes, they can, Mr. Chair, and so can the court reporter. All I have to announce is that I do have an application for next month. So please keep your calendars open for next month hearing, and I will be sending information your way soon.
well, thanks everybody for being with us.
Thank you, everyone.
The board needs to stay on for a little longer here.
How do I get on?
Yep. Okay, thank you.
Oh, leave. Okay. Thank you.
Do you need me to stay as well, Mr. Chair?
Well, you're the one that has the announcements.
Oh, I just made it already. I just told that everyone could leave. That the only announcement I had was that we do have a
Okay.
meeting next month here. So just keep your calendars clear and or just let me know if you can't make it. We do have a new. It will be, I think, appointed at the next county board meeting to replace Lisa. We do have a new member. Jerry Porter. I don't know if people know Jerry Porter, but I think Barb, you do. I think he works down there at or volunteers down there where you do at Stepping Stones. But I've known Jerry Porter for a long time. He's an avid cyclist. I've worked with Jerry when we were doing the bike race here in Menominee, and I saw Jerry and recently and asked him if he'd be interested. He did respond and said he would be, so I turned it over to the county board chair, Mr. Bartlett, and he made an offer. And to my knowledge, Mr. Porter has accepted. He will be an alternate, but I will do just as I have with Ms. Lyon. I will do what I can to get him at some of these meetings to get some experience under his belt, and we'll go from there.
Okay, does anybody have any questions for Bob? No, I think we're done, Bob.
All right, thank you,
We'll-
everyone.
we'll-